Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have another video for you today in the Open Ultra League, and these are actually my battles. So we're running a really cool team that we actually used a few seasons ago, and it was a really powerful team. I don't think Jellicent is as good as it once was, but it's still a really strong team. It's going to be Nidoqueen, Scrafty, and the Jellicent. So let's just go ahead and dive right into these battles and see how they play out. Of course, we have a bad lead. Nidoqueen into Cofagrigus. They are resisting the poison attacks. And they do shield that earth power. They're going to be able to get off this attack. It's going to be a Shadow Ball. It does a lot to us. And they're going to be able to throw another one. This is going to KO, but I'm just going to let it go because like an earth power wouldn't KO them anyway. So we're just going to let it go. It's going to be a Dark Pulse. We bring in the Scrafty right now. And we know we resist the moves. They switch into their Swampert. We're going to go ahead and charge up a lot of energy and catch the Hydro Cannon. So we do go ahead and catch the Hydro Cannon. At least we take some energy from them, right? So we're going to be able to take that. Still tough. I mean, we are up a shield, so we do have to keep that in mind. We're going to be able to get to this Shadow Ball before they get to another Earthquake, which is good. And it's going to do a lot. And I figured they wouldn't bait here. I figured they would go straight Earthquake. So I am going to go ahead and shield this because Earthquake would get us pretty low. We're going to go for the Farm Down, an aggressive Farm Down, but a Farm Down nonetheless. They're going to be able to throw an attack. Again, expecting the Earthquake. I don't think they're going to bait here, but I let it go. And are we going to be able to farm down? We are going to be able to farm down. We do have max energy. I click on my Shadow Ball immediately. They actually bring in the Scrafty. I thought maybe they would bring in the Cofagrigus, so a little bit unfortunate for me there, but that's okay. We're able to get off a Bubble Beam and a Shadow Ball, so we're going to go ahead and debuff them now with the Bubble Beam and then switch out into Scrafty and go for the Power Punch. We want to go for the Power Punch. We want to make sure we have a foul play for the Cofagrigus, right? So we charge up enough for it to have a foul play. They actually do switch out, and we go for the foul play right now into the Cofagrigus, and they do go ahead and shield it. That's totally fine. They're going to be able to throw an attack. I do go ahead and shield this, and I know I resist all these moves, but you know I figured Shadow Ball would do more damage than a Power Up Punch from Scrafty. Even though we're weak to Power Up Punch, we're going to be able to get off this foul play, and that will be enough to KO the Cofagrigus. They do bring in that Scrafty, which we know is going to be a power-up punch. But again, we're going to be able to take it. Totally fine. And we're going to be able to get off this power-up punch, and this is going to KO the Scrafty, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played to my opponent there. But yeah, definitely a tough lead, but we're able to overcome it. We got shield advantage. We made a good catch. We're able to win that one. Good game. Moving on, Nidoqueen into Talonflame. Okay, totally fine here. Obviously, Jellicent would be amazing against Talonflame. But this is totally fine. They actually... so we actually... Yeah, we stole the Poison Fang right now just to debuff them. And they're going to be able to throw an attack. I'm like, okay, this is probably going to be a Brave Bird. It could be a Flame Charge, but it is a Brave Bird, so we do go ahead and shield that correctly. And they bring in their Wolverine. We're going to bring in Scrafty. Totally fine for us. We're going to go ahead and go for this Power Up Punch right now. This Power Up Punch is going to connect, and yeah, they're going to be able to throw an Earthquake, but I know I live in Earthquake, so we're not going to go ahead and shield it. So, yep, able to live that. We're going to charge up more energy. We want to be able to throw now, and we do go ahead and throw, and this is going to be enough to KO or get a shield. I don't think they'll shield. They don't. They let it go. Talonflame coming in. And I throw the Power Punch. They get an Incinerate through. That was bad timing on my end. But because of that, I'm confident that they're going to shield that, and they do shield it. They're going for the farm down. We're able to just get off the foul play. So I'm expecting to get the second shield from them, but they actually let it go, which is even better for us. So in comes Swampert. We bring in Jellicent. You love to see it. So looking good so far. They're going to be able to get off an Earthquake. I do go ahead and shield it. Now, I am throwing the Bubble Beam. You saw me click on the Bubble Beam. You could say this is a bad play, or a mistake, I guess, on my end, because they actually do call it, and I guess their possible win condition was to call it. But either way, we did go ahead and throw the Bubble Beam. They are debuffed. They're going to be able to throw this Earthquake now. It does get us slow. I'm going to actually throw another Bubble Beam, so I didn't learn my lesson the first time. But we do throw this Bubble Beam, and they're not going to go ahead and shield it, so beautiful call by them. But they pretty much have to shield this one, right? Even though they know it's a Bubble Beam. But they're like, what are they, triple debuffed now? And we're not going to die to a Hydro Cannon. We actually tried to catch, we were not able to catch, but we're not going to die to a Hydro Cannon, so they do throw the Earthquake, they have to. So we're going to bring in Scrafty, and we're going to get it low. We get it literally to 1 HP, and I know my Nidoqueen will survive this Hydro Cannon thanks to the multiple debuffs from Jellicent, so we're able to survive it and KO the Swampert. But good game to my opponent. So again, probably should have thrown the Shadow Ball, but it ended up working out for us. Good game. Moving on, Nidoqueen into Scrafty. So good matchup. We do survive 2 foul plays. So this is looking pretty good here. We're going to be able to throw this attack right now. And they're going to let it go. Totally fine. They do switch into Nidoqueen. We bring in Jellicent. And they're going to be able to get off an attack. I'm not expecting a bait. I'm expecting an Earth Power, but we do survive it, and it's going to be an Earth Power. Now, we do survive another one, but because they got the defense drop, I don't think we actually do survive another one after the Poison Jab damage. So that's a little bit unfortunate for me. We're going to be able to throw the Shadow Ball, and we're trying to get to another one. They do get off another attack. Now, I'm going to go ahead and shield it. They could bait here. They don't, which is good for us. So now we can farm up more energy and throw the Shadow Ball. So let's see if they decide to shield the Shadow Ball or if they let it go. They do let it go. I throw the Bubble Beam now. And the Bubble Beam is going to go ahead and connect. It still doesn't KO though. So we need one more Hex. Now, I'll admit I wasn't counting here. So I wasn't sure what they're at. They throw the Poison Fang. Were they at the Earth Power? I actually don't know. So if they weren't at the Earth Power, I guess that's a mistake. But, you know, they threw the Poison Fang and we do shield it. In comes Scrafty. We're going to be able to throw the Bubble Beam just to debuff the Scrafty. That's what we want to do. So that's what we're going to do. So there we go. They're obviously not going to shield here. They throw an attack. I am expecting the Power Up Punch because then they probably want to counter us down. And that's exactly what they do. But they actually throw an attack just before we get off a Bubble Beam. So good play by them. Recognizing that I did just get to the Bubble Beam. So we're going to bring in the Nidoqueen here. They're going to be able to get off another attack. They have a lot of energy. So Foul Play's still not going to KO us. Totally fine. Another one would, but that's fine. They do switch, maybe trying to catch with their Jellicent, but they're not able to, which is good. We're going to be able to throw this Earth Power. Going to be doing a lot. We bring in the Scrafty right now. They're going to be able to throw an attack. Of course, as long as they don't have Ice Beam, they really can't do much damage to us, and they don't have Ice Beam, which is good. So we're going to charge up, going for this Foul Play right now. This Foul Play is going to pick up that shield, and they're going to be able to throw another attack at us, but again, a Shadow Ball, not going to KO. It's going to do more than Bubble Beam. They do throw that Shadow Ball. So we could farm up more energy and throw the Shadow Ball right now. And the Shadow Ball, did I say throw a Shadow Ball? I meant throw a Foul Play. Anyway, they switch, maybe trying to catch another Foul Play, I'm not sure, but we do throw it, this Power Up Punch, and very nice, we bring in the Nidoqueen. They got off a Foul Play, which I assume it's a Foul Play, but it's actually not, it's a Power Up Punch, so maybe they didn't have the energy for it. And the time is clicking down. Oh my gosh. We're trying to click on the Poison Jab so we can stall out the timer and we can win with having 2 Pokemon. But they actually get off their Shadow Ball. That will be enough to KO us. I bring my Scrafty. Oh my gosh. We got off the Power Punch. The main purpose of throwing the Power Punch is to stall the timer so the clock can run out and we can win on time. They barely live. I would have survived the Bubble Beam. May have survived the Shadow Ball. But either way, we win because of time. Good game. Moving on, Nidoqueen into Swampert. We go ahead and switch into Scrafty. That was a really bad matchup for us. And they bring in Nidoqueen, so this is really bad as well. So let's see what we can do here. As we said earlier, we know that Nidoqueen survives 2 Foul Plays. So not looking good. We're going to be able to throw the Foul Play right now. And this Foul Play is going to connect. Of course, I don't expect a shield here. They do go ahead and throw an attack at us. We can survive this, but so we will land another Foul Play, which I guess is good, but it gets them low, but it's not going to KO or anything. Okay. So they are pretty low, but they're going to be able to farm us down, which is not ideal. So we can farm them down with one of the Pokemon. We're going to choose the Jellicent, and they do get off another attack. I was hoping they didn't have the Earth Power, but it is going to be the Earth Power. So that's unfortunate, and they bring in Walrein right now. Tough for us because Nidoqueen doesn't like either of those Pokemon, right? Swampert or Walrein. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Ball here. And I was trying to think of a possible win condition. I was like, Nidoqueen is useless, so we do go ahead and attempt to sacrifice, and we do catch the Earth Power, which is okay, but it's not really going to matter. I mean, I saw there was no win condition here. They're going to be able to throw the Hydro Cannon. We're just going to let the Nidoqueen go. Jellicent cannot handle it. It just cannot do it, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and throw the beta, like maybe if they shield, question mark, but no, even if they shield, they actually don't shield. So that's going to be a good game. We're going to back out there. They're going to be able to take that one. Good game to my opponent. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Nidoqueen into Obstagoon. So definitely a good matchup as long as they don't get a boost, right? Now, yeah, we're gonna just throw the Poison Fangs, Poison Jab, Poison Fang. So we're gonna be able to throw it, and that's fine. And we're gonna try to get to another one. They're continuing to foam up, so in my mind, I'm thinking maybe they do have Hyper Beam. It's a possibility they have Hyper Beam, right? So we're gonna be able to throw the Poison Fang, but they actually throw now, and I think they're one short. So I was like, there's no way this is Hyper Beam. Yeah, it wasn't Hyper Beam, so I guess they don't have Hyper Beam, which is good for me. So they're going to be able to throw another attack. And I know they had 2 Night Slashes, but for some reason I don't throw my attack. I get greedy and try to farm them down. But we actually survived this. I was hoping I survived it, and we do survive it, barely. So we're still able to take that matchup. In comes Swampert. This is good because we're going to have the Jellicent on that Swampert. We'll be able to debuff it, which is nice. We go down, but we could bring in Jellicent right now. They're going to be able to get off an attack. I do expect the Earthquake. I think I shield. I do shield. It is the Earthquake, so that is a good shield by me. And they switch out into Muck. So a Alolan Muck, we bring in the Scrafty. And we're going to be able to go for the Poison Fang. So a lot of times when a Alolan Muck has Poison Gem, not all the time, but a lot of times it is running Acid Spray. So I'm like, if it's Acid Spray, they're not going to go for the Dark Pulse, right? They're going to go for the Acid Spray to debuff me. If they have Sludge Waves or Gunk Shot, so be it. But it is the Acid Spray. We do experience some lag. It's just another day in GBL, but you know, I still love GBL, I really do. But we're gonna be able to throw the Power Up Punch right now. I believe that was neutral lag, but either way, the problem with the neutral lag is that you lose count, right? So Acid Spray is coming out, it's gonna connect, and I guess they catch, which is a good catch, but I'm fine with this going into Swampert. They actually shield, which is even better for us. Now we can throw the Shadow Ball. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the Shadow Ball right now. It connects, very nice. And we're going to be able to throw the Bubble Beam right now. This might not KO, so at least we're going to debuff them. It actually doesn't KO. So they're going to be, they actually quit there. So that's going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent. Great game. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Nidoqueen into Walrein. So a bad matchup. We're going to go ahead and switch into Jellicent. And they are staying in, so I'm like, this is fine that they're staying in, but they actually charge up energy and bring in Pidgeot. So that is actually not good. Pidgeot, you know, we don't have Ice Beam. If we had Ice Beam, it would be good, because then we could actually flip this and have Scrafty on the Walrein, but unfortunately we don't. We don't even have Bubble as the fast move. We have Hex, so it's double resistant as well. So we're just debuffing them all day long. They're going to throw an attack. It's going to be a Feather Dance. I'm not going to shield anything. I thought they would throw the Brave Bird, but I guess they throw the Feather Dance, which I guess is probably the way to go. It doesn't really matter. Pidgeot's definitely going to be able to beat Jellicent. This is a really bad matchup for the Jellicent. We're going to go ahead and throw another one. This is a really long match because Pidgeot is a really bad matchup for the Jellicent without Ice Beam. They're going to be able to throw an attack at us. Could be another Feather Dance, but there's really no reason to shield. It's literally not doing much because they're significantly debuffed, but we're also not doing much to them. We do throw a Bubble Beam. I was like, would Shadow Ball do more? I don't think so. Oh, it's double resisted, maybe slightly more, but we do go ahead. They get a Gust through, but we do go ahead and go for this Bubble Beam. Literally doing no damage. We're like, what, quadruple debuffed at this point. So we're going to go ahead and throw this attack. We're just continuing to debuff them. Actually, they might be max debuffed by now. I'm max debuffed, so they might be max debuffed. We're just gonna go ahead and throw the Bubble Beam. Just get as much damage as possible. They do KO us. We're gonna bring in the Nidoqueen. We're just gonna take this attack. It's going to be a Feather Dance. Again, they're gonna be able to get off another one, so it's gonna be another Feather Dance. So they got a lot of energy, right? And I was like we're like debuffed all the way, so we're trying to farm down, but unfortunately we're one Poison Jab away. They get off another attack. It's going to be a Brave Bird. We still live it because they're max debuffed, but we bring in Scrafty. It's actually going to be a Drifblim, which is something that really walls Nidoqueen. So they're going to debuff me. So this is a debuff team. That's what the chat was saying. I was streaming this. So yeah, I mean, a debuff team with Drifblim and Pidgeot. It could be a timeout strategy team. It wouldn't surprise me. Those are legitimate teams. I have nothing against them. I'm just saying, like, maybe for the Ultra League, I guess it might be. I mean, this, you know, but Either way, whether or not that's my opponent's intentions or not doesn't really matter. We're going to be able to throw the foul play right now. You know, I am thinking of the timer at this point. I'm like, we got to start shielding because we don't want them to be up a Pokemon. So we do go ahead and shield this. And it's going to be an icy win. Obviously, we know it's going to be an icy win. And look at the timer. The timer is coming down. So we throw the foul play. I'm hoping they don't shield, but of course they do shield. And the timer is going to end. We shield this one, but they still have that Walrein with full health in the back, so they're still going to be able to win this. And that is going to be a great game and a great video. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.